Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing this fabulous morning? So, I love to start my day with positivity. If you were able to write down 10 things that God has already blessed you with this morning, like when you woke up, He has already done 10 things for you. He woke you up. You got a house over your head. You have your health. Your kids is okay. You have a job. You got a business. Whatever is what he blessed you with, give me an I got my 10 in the comments. Give me an I got my 10 in the comments. First things first, my See You at the Bank challenge. Excuse me. My See You at the Bank challenge, my 5-day business challenge, starts on Monday. Whoop, whoop. Going over business structure, asset protection, what contracts you need, how to get business funding solely in your EIN, how to win business grants. I'm bringing in some business besties to teach on how to repair your own credit, how to do your own stuff using AI software, how to get funding, how to buy commercial producing or income producing commercial properties, how to get into the residential real estate flip game and find creative ways to fund those projects, and bring a CPA in to talk about these taxes. Okay, how we gonna get our life together with the I, the R, and the S. So, if you feel like you want to start 2025 out with a bang by getting your business together and joining my 5-day challenge, January 6th to the 10th, you want to comment challenge. If you're on my Instagram page, TikTok, YouTube, you want to click that first link in my bio and click on challenge, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But I read from the book, Jesus Calling. So for December 30th, it reads, I am leading you along a way that is uniquely right for you. The closer to me you grow, the more fully you become your true self, the one I designed you to be. Because you are one of a kind, the path you are traveling with me diverges increasingly from that of other people. However, in my mysterious wisdom and ways, I enable you to follow the solitary path while staying in close contact with others. In fact, the more completely you devote yourself to me, the more freely you can love people. Marvel at the beauty of a life intertwined with my presence. Rejoice as we journey together in intimate communion. Enjoy the adventure of finding yourself through losing yourself in me. Come on, so let's break this down. Let's break this down. So, I am leading you along a way that is uniquely fit for you, meaning your path is one of a kind. Your path is custom, it's one of one. So it's easy to get distracted by looking to the left and looking to the right and seeing, well, you know, this person got this and that person's doing this and she's married and he got a promotion. And a lot of times it's easy for us to judge ourselves by comparing ourselves to other people, and that's not what we need to do, because right here it's saying that he's leading us along a way that is uniquely right for you. So whatever is your specific path, whatever it is that you are needing, God is leading you directly on that path. The closer to me you grow, the more fully you become your true self, the one I designed you to be. So the more in tune we are with Jesus, right? The more that we're listening to him, the more that we are asking him to guide us. Because, and I'm going to just speak for myself, we have our own vision of what our life is supposed to be and when we're supposed to hit certain milestones. And I know for me, when my envisioned life doesn't match what I'm currently doing, I feel like I'm off. Where God's plan for our life is going to be sometimes totally different, but it's going to be better. It's what he has designed for us. So the sooner we can get in tune with what God is, get in tune with being okay to where God is guiding us, right? So If we lost our job, we understand there's a method to the madness. God's directing me somewhere. If we haven't gotten that house, I'm 30, I'm about to be a homeowner, and you're 30 and you're not a homeowner, God is directing you for a reason. So the more we are in tune with him, the more that we're open to, hey, God, instead of you giving me everything I'm asking for, help me to be able to let you order my steps and let me be okay with what that direction is going, right? I know for I'll say on the business side of things, when I first got my first little job out of law school, I worked for an asset protection and tax law firm, right? So I would fly every day. I was in a different state every single day, talking to different CEOs regarding their business structure and holding companies, and different tax saving retirement plans, and getting their structure together. And when I first got that job, baby, you couldn't tell me I wasn't doing it. I wasn't living the life. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, this is everything. I'm flying first class. After a year though, I was like, there's a cap to how much I make. Like, no matter how good I do, no matter how well I'm producing, it's like there's this ceiling. And so I started to feel a little unrest. Like, well, God, I know I asked you for this. I know I begged you. I busted my butt in law school, graduated top 11% of my class, passed the bar the first time. I did everything that I was supposed to do to land this big, firm job. And once I got what I asked for, I realized it wasn't what I really wanted, right? And so a lot of times we ask for things, or we have these things on our list, and we think at the time that's what we need, but God knows what your true talents are. God knows where he already knows where you're supposed to be. So you got to be in alignment with whatever is your calling for what you're supposed to be. And so I was wrestling, how am I complaining and I'm living the life that I asked God for, right? How am I complaining and I'm making this great money? But to me, I was like, something's missing, right? So I asked God, like, well, God, order my steps, and God ordered me off that job, right? God ordered me, but baby, go do your own thing, right? That this is for me. I'm not telling people who work a 9 to 5, you got to leave your job. I'm not that entrepreneur. Leaving your 9 to 5 is not for everyone. Working 9 to 5 is fine. But for me, it was like, this wasn't it. But I had to listen to God. Like, okay, God, are you sure this is not it? Like, you want me to leave? Okay, but if I leave, that means that now I got to pay all my bills, right? So I got a plan. I saved up 6 months of living expenses. I knew, okay, for me, I know I can make something shake in 6 months. But that was me listening to God to not only order my steps, but what is the game plan as to what I'm supposed to be doing to be able to transition, right? So if you have any unrest, or if you're dealing with a lot of opposition, right? Things keep getting thrown in your way. That's God. I got my props, y'all. Hold on. That's God saying, flag on the play. Flag. Girl, wait a minute. That's God saying, flag on the play. I'm trying to get your attention, right? But if we're not in tune with, I done broke the flag on the play. If we're not in tune with God, we're going to just be going down our own path versus listening to him. Because you are one of a kind, the path you are traveling with me diverges increasingly from that of other people. However, in my mysterious wisdom and ways, I enable you to follow this solitary path while staying in close contact with others. So whatever is your path, whatever you are destined to be, whatever is what you're supposed to be doing, it's going to be different than other people. Okay. So stop looking to the left, stop looking to the right, stop comparing, stop judging, stop doing your checklist based on what the Joneses are doing, right? Your path is going to be unique and it's just for you. In fact, the more completely you devote yourself to me, the more freely you can love people. The more you are in tune with what's for you is for you, and where God is taking you is where he's taking me. It doesn't matter all the outside noise. although you want a child right now and you've been working and you've been working on getting a child, and you and your husband have not been able to have a child, and your best friend gets pregnant, we're not envious of her, because you understand, in my timing, I'm going to have what I'm asking God for. God's just saying it's not right now. You're trying to get this promotion and a person, gets it before you. You're not mad. You don't feel like a failure, because you understand what's for me is what's for me. And it's not just what's for me, it's what's for me in God's timing. Whenever you get something that's out of alignment, out of timing, there's always a burden with the blessing, and that burden will outweigh the blessing. So you go on ahead and you are trying to get a house, and God is saying, like, right now is not the season. I'm not saying you won't have a house, but just like right now it's not that season. But you going ahead and you alter some documents and you get the house. Okay, well, can you handle the house? Well, yeah, you can handle the mortgage, but can you handle the mortgage? And can you handle when the AC goes out? And can you handle when there's a roof problem? See, sometimes when you get a blessing too soon, when you get a blessing that you're not ready for, the blessing becomes a burden. So God is saying, if you are in tune with him, if you are following and listening to what his path is for you, it's not going to be like what anyone else's path is, because you are unique. Marvel at the beauty of life intertwined with my presence. Rejoice as we journey together in intimate communion. Enjoy the adventure of finding yourself through losing yourself in me. When we are following God's steps for what we're supposed to be doing, a lot of times it may be different than what we want. But when we submit to God, and when we say, God, I don't know why I'm going on this path, but I'm going to go ahead and go. We're going to go ahead and go. And I'm going to have a positive outlook as I'm on this path. You're going to lose yourself in God. I mean, you're going to just let go. If you are, I am no longer controlling my destiny. I am letting you, take the reels. But he's going to show you how following his path is the best thing. When I first started going through my divorce, it was a hot mess, right? And so, leave, then husband trying to kill me, so I got to pack up and move to another house, another state, then takes all the money out the account, locks me out the business, stealing from the business. So I'm just kind of like what in the world is going on, right? And all of this is probably in a 30-day, 45-day span. So it was so much stuff that I'm not going to lie and be like, I just prayed to God. I ain't going to lie to y'all. The only reason why I submitted to God, because my life got turned so upside down. It was so bad, I couldn't even fix it. It was unfixable, right? So I just said, you know what? I'm not even going to try to fix it, because my life is literally upside down, insane. And so I know I couldn't even grasp a handle of what was going on, because so much happened to me back to back that I just said, God, I give it to you. Like I submitted, not because I'm this great Christian and you just submit your problems. I submitted by default. Like, God, I got a Mike Tyson blow. I am knocked out. I'm not even about to get up, right? So God, you got to take the wheel. And I'm giving it over to you, because it's so bad I can't even deal with it. And I'm giving it to you, and I just need you to order my steps, because I don't even know where to go. Has anyone ever been in a situation where you don't even know where to go? You don't know if up is up, if left is left. You don't even know how to fix it, right? So that's how I submitted to God by default. But once I submitted, meaning I gave up because it was too out of my control, and I started listening, I'm just looking for signs. Like, God, I don't even know where to go, so you're going to have to show me. You're going to have to show me. And he slowly but surely showed me where I needed to go and things I needed to do, and put ideas in my head. And it was the oddest thing, just okay. And I would listen to him, or I would get a dream, like, do this, do that. And things just work. Things just work. When I moved to my house right now, it's a brand new subdivision, right? It was just 2 homes on my block and a whole bunch of dirt. So For the first 3 months when I moved here, I was actually in Texas because we were going from divorce court to civil courts. I had all these back-to-back court hearings. So me and my son ended up just living with my mom for about a month. We were staying with her because we had all these court days back to back. And then when we came back to our house in Florida, they had built up in a month's time like 2 blocks of homes, and they all had kids. All the families on the block, there's like 6 families on the block that all have kids. All the kids are boys, and all the boys are in my son's age bracket. And as I'm in Texas, I'm like, God, did I make the right decision in moving? Like, I just uprooted my son. Like, I'm everywhere. And we came back. That was God saying, you made the right decision. When you submit to God, He's going to direct you to exactly where you need to go. So if you're going through diversity, sometimes holding on to something can be more painful than letting go. Sometimes what you're holding on to is what's killing you. And once you just let go, let God, release it, God's going to put you all the way to where you need to be. And then slowly but surely, you go, oh, I was on the wrong path. I was on the wrong block. Okay, God, now I see it. Then once you get that one sign, now you feel more comfortable submitting to God. And He's going to keep directing you. And it's not going to be what you thought. It's not going to be what you planned. It's going to be everything that you needed. And then once you get to a certain spot, you'll have a testimony. Be like, oh my God, look at girl, you make it look so easy. It ain't easy, right? But once you kind of get out that fog, out that mess, then you understand, I know exactly why God did this. I understand why God had that friend betray me. I understand why God had that boo leave me. I understand why God had that job fire me. I understand why God had me had to file. I understand it now. So that was December 30th in Jesus Calling. For those who are interested in attending my 5-day business challenge, get your business to the bank. Comment challenge in the comments. If you're on my Instagram page, you want to click TikTok and YouTube, that first link in my bio. We're going over asset protection. We're going to learn how to structure our business. We're going to learn how to run our business legally. We are going to learn what contracts we need, how we're going to win business grants, how we're going to establish business credit that is solely in your business EIN. We're going to learn how do we market, how do we go and get our ideal client and bring them to our brick and mortar or bring them to our website. We are going to learn how to sell a digital product. That's what saved me and my son, selling a digital product, right? When my husband took all the money out the account and said, you want to leave, you're going to leave with nothing. God said, girl, I got you. So how can you make additional income without having to get a new degree, take a new class, trade more of your time? You're gonna just make some money in your sleep. That's gonna be over 5 days, and I'm bringing some business besties on, right? I'm bringing a business bestie on who's going to teach us with a CPA on how we're going to deal with these taxes, these financials, this P&L, what we need to do to get our business together financially. I'm bringing in another business bestie on residential real estate, giving us creative ways to fund residential products. So those who are trying to get into, flipping homes, bringing a business bestie in, bringing another business bestie in for commercial real estate. How do you buy income producing commercial property with no money down, right? And then last but not least, bringing a business bestie in is going to help us with funding, getting credit cards, and fixing our own credit using AI software. Okay, so I only bring the best of the best. I believe in staying in my lane. I'm only going to stay in my lane and teach what I know. But whenever I want to teach another topic or, add light into another situation or another opportunity, I'm only going to bring you the best of the best. Okay, so challenge starts next week, January 6th to the 10th. You want to comment challenge if you're on my Instagram page and you want to use that coupon code. It's going to be Get to Bank to get $100 off. YouTube, TikTok, you want to click that first link in my bio. I now have to get on a Zoom meeting. Everyone have a wonderful Monday, and I will, of course, see you at the bank.